If you have mature skin and you've ever watched a foundation settle straight into your fine lines, cake into your crow's feet, or emphasize every dry patch and crepey texture within minutes of applying it, you know exactly how frustrating it is. After 30 years doing makeup in Korean salons on women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, I've seen this happen more times than I can count. Popular drugstore and department store foundations promise that flawless, youthful glow, but on skin over 40, they often deliver the opposite. An aged, tired, cracked look that makes you want to wash it all off and start over. The truth is, 5 of the most hyped foundations right now are absolute disasters for mature skin, while 2 much smarter options actually deliver the smooth, radiant, even finish you've been chasing. In this video, we're breaking down exactly which 5 foundations you need to avoid at all costs, and the 2 you can actually trust to look beautiful on mature skin all day long. Let's start with the first foundation I will not put on a mature client. MAC Studio Fix. -10 out of 10. That is not a typo. I would honestly rather send a woman home with a clean face than apply this to skin over 50. Here is the problem. The matte finish on MAC Studio Fix is so aggressive that it pulls every ounce of moisture out of the surface of the skin. On a 25-year-old with oily skin, sure, it might work. But mature skin is not oily. It's thirsty. After menopause, your skin loses moisture faster than your body can replace it, and a matte foundation just sits on top of that dryness and exaggerates it. I had a client come in last month for her granddaughter's wedding. She'd put MAC Studio Fix on at home, thinking it would last all day. Within 15 minutes of arriving at my salon, the foundation had already settled into the lines around her mouth and gathered in the creases under her eyes. She looked 10 years older than she does without makeup. We had to take it all off and start over. If MAC Studio Fix is in your makeup bag, take it out. It does not belong on mature skin. Number 2 on the avoid list, Natasha Denona Foundation. 5 out of 10. This one is not a disaster, but it is a disappointment. For the price you pay, you expect this foundation to do something. Anything. But it just sits there on the skin looking ordinary. It doesn't blur, it doesn't glow, it doesn't even oxidize particularly badly. It's just there. The bigger issue is the value. You can walk into any drugstore and find a foundation that performs at the same level for a third of the price. I've put Natasha Denona on clients side by side with foundations costing $18, and the difference was almost invisible. When a luxury foundation can't outperform something off the shelf at Walgreens, that's a problem. If you're going to spend that kind of money on your face, spend it on something that actually does its job. This one does not earn its price tag. Number 3, and this is the one that breaks my heart a little because so many women have it. Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte. 2 out of 10. Here's what happens when you put this on skin over 50. The finish goes on looking okay for the first 10 minutes. Then it starts to grip. It clings to every dry patch on your cheeks, settles into the marionette lines around your mouth, and by lunch it has oxidized into this strange orange tone that doesn't match your neck or your hands. I had a 64-year-old client come into my salon recently in tears because she'd been wearing this foundation to a family event, and her daughter pulled her aside in the bathroom to tell her she looked unwell. She wasn't unwell. The foundation had oxidized so badly it changed her entire complexion. Pro Filter is built for younger, oilier, more pigmented skin. On mature skin, it actively works against you. It is one of the most aging foundations I have ever seen on a woman over 50. Take it out of your routine. Number 4, Estee Lauder Double Wear. 8 out of 10. This is one of the better ones on this list, but I'm including it because I want to be honest about who it's for. Double Wear is genuinely a beautifully formulated foundation. The pigment is excellent, the wear time is real, the coverage is buildable. From a pure craftsmanship standpoint, this is a quality product. The issue is that it's heavy. Really heavy. And heavy foundation on mature skin, worn every day, starts to suffocate the texture you're trying to even out. You end up with that mask look, the makeup sitting on top of the skin instead of looking like skin. I do keep Double Wear in my kit, but I use it for very specific situations. A bride who needs her makeup to last through tears and dancing. A client doing a long photo shoot. A wedding guest who will be in photos all night. For those days, yes. For Tuesday at the grocery store, absolutely not. Mature skin needs to breathe between heavy makeup days, not be packed under coverage every morning. Number 5, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. 4 out of 10. This one frustrates me because the marketing is so beautiful and the reality is so different. The promise of this foundation is that it blurs wrinkles and pores like an airbrush filter on your phone. The reality is that it sets within about 90 seconds of going on, which means you have no time to blend it properly. And once it sets, it grips onto every piece of texture on your face. Pores look bigger, not smaller. Fine lines look deeper, not softer. The flawless finish ends up looking flat and slightly powdery in a way that exaggerates the very things you bought this foundation to hide. If you've spent $48 on Airbrush Flawless and you're standing in front of the mirror wondering why your face looks more textured than before you put it on, you're not crazy. It's the foundation. Okay, pause. If any of these 5 foundations are sitting in your bathroom right now, I want you to comment the word worst below. I'm reading every single comment on this video, and I want to see how many of you have been sold the same lies I'm pulling apart today. And while you're at it, subscribe. Tomorrow I'm posting something extra special for the women in this audience, and you do not want to miss it. Now let's get to the last one on the avoid list, and then I'll show you the 2 foundations that actually work. Last on the avoid list, Laura Mercier, 0 out of 10. And this is the one that genuinely upsets me because the brand has such a reputation and women trust that reputation, and then they put this on their face and watch it betray them. On mature skin, Laura Mercier does the opposite of what foundation is supposed to do. It emphasizes every wrinkle, every crease, every dry patch. The finish is dry and slightly chalky, and within an hour, your skin looks creepy and tired and visibly older. I had a client in her late 50s bring this foundation to my salon, hopeful, saying her friend had recommended it. I tested it on one side of her face, and the difference between the 2 cheeks was so stark, she actually laughed. The Laura Mercier side looked 10 years older than the Bare side. That is not what you're paying for. If you have Laura Mercier at home, do not pass it to a friend. Do not save it for the holidays. Just let it go. Now, the 2 that actually work. The first one is Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I already covered. Yes, it made the list of foundations to mention because most women have it, but as I said, it earns 8 out of 10 for special occasions. It's heavy, but the formula is real and used in the right context, it performs beautifully. But the foundation I reach for first on my mature clients, the one I personally wear at 51 years old, is Luxe Color Changing Foundation. 10 out of 10. The link is in the description if you want to try it. Most foundations are pigmented to one shade and that's it. If your skin warms from the sun or oxidizes from your skin's natural oils through the day, the foundation either stops matching or turns orange. Luxe uses a color-changing technology that adapts to your actual skin tone the moment it touches your face. Your skin, but better. It looks like your face, just smoother, just more even, just rested. It does not look like makeup. The formula is also lightweight, so it does not pack into fine lines the way heavier foundations do. It blurs pores and wrinkles without that flat powdery finish, and it stays put without oxidizing. It comes in 2 shades, light and medium, because the color-changing formula does the rest of the work. It's cheaper through Amazon, so I'm going to leave link in the description below. If you've been searching for a foundation that finally treats your skin like the skin it is, this is the one.